Hey everybody, it's Crappie Dan with the tip of the month for crappie fishing out there. I want to talk a little bit about style of baits and the styles I like to use for the different techniques that we use for fishing for big crappie out there. First of all, let's talk about pulling baits at fast speeds like 1.2 to 1.4. The plastics that you use for those are more dynamic and have more action to them. And to show you some of those baits, this is the type of plastics I like to use under the circumstances I just mentioned. On pulling baits, I like to use a stroller. Also like to use a hyper grub or the swimming minnow. These baits work very well with road runners or other types of baits that you can pull behind the boat, or you could power troll in front of the boat. When we're talking about not only pushing or pulling, then you want to go to something that's got action to it, but at slower speeds. So if I'm pushing, such as spider ringing, or pushing the baits out of the front of the boat, when it comes to the plastics there, the ones I like to use are the Swim R, that you see right here. I like to use the baby shad. Then I like to use more baits that have bulk to them, because then the fish can see them. That's a 2-inch and a 3-inch bait by Bobby Garland. The minnow minder allows you to put a minnow on there with it, and the legs are split so that it caresses the minnow. If you need to go smaller, you can go to an itty bit, and that itty bit will go on like a 24th ounce, 48th ounce head, which allows you then to get the presence down to a smaller style of bait when you get into colder temperatures, or if you have a cold front pass, or you have heavy fishing. So remember this, the more action you have in a bait, the more fish you're going to catch with the least amount of motion in some cases, which are the ones for jigging, which are the ones that I mentioned on the right side here. You can use all of these baits for jigging, pushing, or casting. All baits will work underneath all circumstances. I like to use not only these baits on the right for pushing and jigging, but now the new Pile Diver by Bobby Garland will allow us to push it at high speeds as well as to jig it up and down with a major amount of motion in it. I hope this helps you to go out and choose your style for fishing a little bit better. Until next time, this is Crappie Dan with Crappie Now Magazine.